You are tuning in to Jon, and Mary's fun-loving, crazy, and honest podcast.
If it don't smell bad, it must be clean.
Unequally Yoked, where any and every topic, life,
marriage,
I'll go first because I have something to say.
Uh-oh.
Kids and entrepreneurship are up for discussion.
How does Mary, a pastor's daughter,
And Jon, a guy who rarely saw the inside of a church growing up, get together and stay together.
We all have roles.
what does life look like 10 plus years into marriage?
2 kids and trying to run a family business.
How do we keep this nest egg from cracking?
What you mean?
Listen in to Unequally Yoked as we dive in to give a man
Next. And a woman's perspective
Somebody back me up on
Nobody.
to all the topics married folks are talking about.
this. Are you ready?
Let's do this, boo. Hey guys, welcome back to season 2 of Jon and Mary. Is it Presents Unequally Yoked?
It can be presented. It can be manifested. It can be everything. What's up, y'all? It's good to be back.
We are back
the
for
saddle.
season 2. Yeah, it's we're kind of rusty.
It's been a long time, man. It took me I think I spent last night till like 3 o'clock in the morning trying to remember how to do the mics and set the cameras up and the lights and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I did it right.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. So today we are talking about really what have we been doing. Just catching people up on what we've been doing since the last time which I don't even remember what our last podcast was. It feels like forever ago.
Too long ago.
And we've done a lot since then.
Yes.
So we're going to catch you guys up on that. We're also going to just talk about where we are at the end of the year here. It's this 2020.
It's been a real year.
Man, it's 2020.
It's been a bag of tricks.
It's been a bag of tricks.
And a bag of goodies too, though.
So treats and trick.
It's
and
Halloween
treat.
time. It's Halloween time. It's trick or
Right.
treat.
So and we're talking about what we've been up to for this entire year, and also just going back and revisiting what our goals were that we made at the beginning of the year, if we can remember what those were. It seems like all is gone into those bags. That bag of tricks.
It's been a long year.
It's been a long year, but it's not over.
It is
we
not.
We can end on a high note.
Yes.
So this is the time to regroup. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And then at the end of our podcast, we have a special announcement. Cue the DJ horn. First DJ horn of season 2. We will have a special announcement at the end. So stay tuned to the end of the podcast. And we'll tell you what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Evil laugh. I don't know why.
We're taking over the world.
We're taking over the world. Oh, no one wants that. Well, at this point, we could be the better option.
I mean, you never know.
Just saying.
So
Jon.
tell me, wife, what's going on?
I mean, I put together my own vision board at
Yes.
the beginning of the year. Here it is.
It's beautiful.
We'll give you guys a close-up of it.
It looks very nice.
And it's funny because as we've been going through this year, pretty much it got shut down in like March.
Yep.
It was right before our 11th wedding anniversary.
Yep.
We had to cancel all of our plans, massages and the staycation and all the things.
All those things.
Got shut down, locked down.
Like the rest of the world.
Like everybody else, right? And here we are. I don't even know if it feels like forever ago, because it's like when you're at the beginning of that year, that's when you start really putting those goals that you made into place.
Yeah.
And I'm just now looking at it like 2 weeks ago.
I think that's been the case for all of us. We all had plans of what 2020 was going to be.
Yeah.
And it has ended up being
bamboozled.
Nothing like what we thought it would be.
We have been bamboozled.
But I will tell you this, it's given us an opportunity, and hopefully it's given a lot of people an opportunity to try to figure out how to make the most of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Right? And how to take advantage of the opportunities that have presented themselves, because there's still a lot of opportunities out there.
Yeah.
And so it's been a year of transition and learning, and so we've had a lot. Yeah. We're still learning.
We're still learning, but I mean that's what life is, right? We should be constantly learning. But here's what's funny. So I just looked at my vision board last week. Okay.
For the first time.
Since I did it
Since you
in
did it.
like, I don't know, January. And what I thought was interesting, if you look at my board, everything that's on there actually has happened. And I feel like that to me, like look at my vacation.
Oh yeah, we did that.
We did that. We snuck out, but we did it.
Yeah.
And it, to me, I was like, wow, okay, I've been present. We've almost been forced to be present.
Yeah.
Because of the situation that we're in. We've had to be strong.
Yeah.
Very strong, especially for our kids.
Mm-hmm.
We've had time to play. We've been having a good time.
We've had a chance to have a good time. It's been amazing. It's just nice.
So, like, all these things I've been reading, which has been good for my soul. And I have, like, just staying in the moment. And then I have, like, my being happy and healthy and self-care. Like, yeah. I feel like all those things have happened organically without me even trying.
Well,
so
kudos to you, ma'am.
Well, I mean, can I get a DJ horn?
And
a little shoulder shake, a little shimmy.
A little da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. What about you? What? I know you didn't make your vision board, right?
I was gonna say my vision board's right up there.
What is it?
You just can't see it.
Wow.
It's there though.
Wow.
Don't.
It's an invisible. It's in here.
It's up there, in there, in here, over there.
So tell me, what were your goals that you wanted to accomplish for this year?
I just wanted to get better. That's really it. That was at everything, at life. I wanted to get better at life. I wanted to get better at business. I wanted to get better, period. Hopefully, I haven't been able to judge myself and my abilities on the betterment of those things.
How can you do that? How, when you say judge, how can you reflect if you don't have anything to go back and look at?
That's a very good question.
Wow. This is why we're here, to ask the hard questions.
That's why I'm so stoked to be back in front of this camera doing the podcast thing, because the one thing that I did really enjoy about the podcast is it really gave us a chance to sit down and talk for like 30-40 minutes uninterrupted
by daddy,
anything,
daddy,
everything,
mommy.
Like turn off your phones, turn off everything. It's been great to sit here and talk, so I'm glad to be back in front of the camera just for that reason alone. But also, I miss you, oh lovely. So
thank you for the lifeless lips. That's how our daughter kisses you. She's like, yeah, lifeless lips.
That was so funny. So yesterday, I gave whenever they're going off to school, I gave Harper a kiss, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and she paused.
She was waiting,
and I was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Okay, I love you," and she's like, And so as soon as I closed the door, she wiped her lips.
She didn't want to hurt his feelings. But then he gives me a dry as Sahara Desert kiss.
Oh, man, that was so funny.
Kisses.
That was so funny. That tickled me. Anyways, so I think that overall, I'm happy with the progress we've made. We made a lot of progress, especially over the last couple months. You know, the beginning of the year was messed up.
What about you? You said that you want to get better. What have you gotten better at?
I don't know. That's probably a question for you. What have I gotten better at? And scene.
I think
crickets.
that no. Well, last night you did say you stayed up till 3 a.m. You've done better at not staying up as late.
Yes. What else?
And we had a new pergola out of the deal. Thanks, quarantine, I guess. I don't know.
What about like time management? Have I gotten better with time management? That was one of my big things.
One of your big things was time management. I if there was a scale from 1 to 10, you were at a 1.
Yes.
I would say now you're at a 2.5.
I'll take it.
That's improvement. Improvement is improvement, even if it's mediocre.
Even if it's mediocre improvement.
Can we get a DJ horn?
Can we get a cheers? Cheers to mediocre improvement.
What are you drinking?
Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, gross. Okay. Well, coffee for me. All day, every day.
So, mediocre improvement, I'll take that.
Okay.
And so now I feel like we're really like I like the mediocre improvement because any improvement is better than nothing.
It gives you something to work towards.
Something to work towards.
And you're always improving at this point. If you're starting from 1, you're always improving.
Or even 0.
Yes.
You know.
So there are people out there like yourself who did not create a vision board and have no way of going back to reflect.
Yes.
You're at the end of the year now.
Yes.
Is it too late? It's
never too late.
Okay. So
you know
so then what can you do, and what can other people out there do to finish off this year strong? Because I mean, it's been, for a lot of people, it hasn't been great. I mean, they've lost jobs. They have lost family members, friends.
Yep.
How can we just say, man, let's close this chapter. Mm-hmm. Let's reflect on 2020, and then, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, forward. I think the chapter's not over yet. We still got a couple more months to go.
All right, so what do we do? How do we finish strong?
Coach. I don't know. You got to take advantage of what's given to you. You know, I always think about things like.
I know what he's about to say.
Oh, do you know?
He's about to start talking about Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, man. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, here we go.
Is on. I mean, Chick-fil-A is like
they should rule the world.
The epitome of how you have to adjust given whatever happens,
your circumstances.
Like no matter what happens, man, you have to adapt. And if you like look at the fast food industry, some places they didn't even change. It's just like another day, you know. And then Chick-fil-A, they went from being a place that was always great with service
and
efficient, but they took their drive-through experience to the next level when it came to this whole social distance.
They went from a 10 to
like
20.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
I mean, very impressive.
It's amazing, and they did it fast.
Yeah,
like they made you still feel safe. They figured out how to get you your food without touching you. They figured out how to take more people in through the drive-through. They figured out how to make their masks have Chick-fil-A on them immediately. Like they did all the things that anybody in business and it's not even a business thing, it's a life thing.
This is not endorsed by Chick-fil-A, but if anyone wants to send us a gift card, we'll take it.
Kids love Chick-fil-A.
The children love Chick-fil-A.
So, you know, like they were a microcosm of what it is to adjust and find a way to be successful amongst a bunch of nonsense. And so
but how do we as non-Chick-fil-A people take that model and, you know, make it part of our everyday life?
Yeah, I mean, I think that answer is going to vary for everybody because everybody's life is different. But I just think it's important that you look at those kind of things. I mean, there's other businesses, there's other people. You know, people have started mass businesses, and people have done all kinds of things to try to take advantage of. You know,
I'm a beast with a hot glue gun, but. You know, the sewing thing.
I don't think the sewing is your thing.
It's not my thing.
It's not her thing.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So, yeah, I feel like everyone needs to look at those kind of opportunities and say, hey, I'm going to find a way to make the most out of what's given me, because people have lost jobs and people are depressed and people are stuck and feel like, you know, this year has been a garbage can inside of a dumpster fire inside of a train wreck.
Yeah. We heard that the other day.
Hilarious. And so, you know, that's what this year has been for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you know, it sucks. So I just think that, you know, there's inspiration all around us. There's people who are making the most out of a bad situation all around us. And so, you know, if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have someone to talk to about those things, like literally I would pick up the phone. I find people on Instagram or find people on Twitter or Facebook or wherever who are finding a way to make the most of this bad situation, because the opportunities are out there. You have to work harder for them. You probably got to work longer for them, but they're there. And whether it's you're talking about working for a business or you're working for your family or trying to make your relationships better, you know, relationships have taken a hit in all this COVID stuff because people haven't figured out how to live with each other, you know, 8 hours a day. 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, all that kind of stuff. So, so there's a lot of opportunity to try to figure out how to make the most of it. So that's what we try to be focused on. I know that's what I've been focused on, is just like, how can we be Chick-fil-A in our life?
How can we be Chick-fil-A?
You know, how can we bring that level of transition and success to not just business, everything,
adapting to one's situation, and it takes adjusting. You know, I know I'm not gonna lie, when it happened, it for us was a huge like screeching halt break for a second, because it was very uncertain what we can do. But we were then classified as essential workers. I know that always throws you off because you being a realtor and we're in the construction business, construction was still considered an essential worker. And on top of that, with everyone being at home and looking at all the cracks in that list of things that they've been wanting to do for so long, and now you have the time to do it. Home Depot and Lowe's was
killing it,
litty.
Yeah,
every day, litty.
And then what happened?
Running out of plants.
Everything, running out of everything, and so we definitely want to make sure we talk about
litty,
DIYs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Throughout the course of through the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, as people sat in their house and was looking around, they just started calling us, and we got super busy as time went on.
Right.
We started a lot of projects, and so that was kind of our adjustment. Our adjustment has now been, how do we get efficient in doing our business, right?
While still being safe, while still protecting ourselves and our families, and going into people's homes and making sure that they know that we're also operating in that space of where we want to keep their family safe as well.
We want to stay safe too.
So, we had a little bit of a break, and then it's just like we hit the ground running, And so for this whole season, what we're going to talk about is, finding our new normal, which is what our next episode is about, and giving you guys tips and tricks about design and real estate and flipping, all the questions that we've received, last season.
Yeah.
Because last season we really was focused on getting to know us.
Yeah.
And our dynamic and our backgrounds, so y'all know why we are unequally yoked now.
Oh.
Okay. And so this season it's okay, y'all are unequally yoked. We get it. But how do you... We get it. We get it. Y'all are different. So how do we live our everyday life? How can we then talk to people about what we do, how we did it, and then what you can do, to how can you be Chick-fil-A? We're not Chick-fil-A, but we can definitely give some tips and some tricks.
Yeah.
Especially about design, which is fun.
Yes.
The construction stuff.
Yes.
Real estate stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to have special guests.
That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I like talking, but I like talking to people.
Yeah. That's how we learn. You can't always just hear your own voice.
Right.
It's good to get other people in their perspectives.
Yes. We'll bring on our friends who are also in the real estate investment industry.
Yeah.
We'll actually bring on people who have bought one of the houses that we flipped, which is going to be super fun.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Elizabeth Cole, have them come on and
give us
design tips and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun this season. So let's get into it. I'm ready.
Well, we have one special announcement. This is a special announcement.
Special announcement time.
DJ Horn for the special announcement.
I'm switching up to DJ Horn for this year. If y'all didn't notice that.
So you put in extra horn.
Extra.
Because it's extra. Because we extra mayonnaise.
Extra
ketchup,
barbecue sauce.
Extra barbecue sauce.
Gotta have barbecue sauce.
And extra cheese.
Well, unless you're Harper. Harper don't like cheese, but I like cheese.
Like queso.
Queso, yes.
We want extra cheese though.
Yeah, we do.
Come on. Nobody want no dry macaroni.
Nobody
want no dry
burgers. Or nachos.
Or not. Ooh, do not give me no nachos with little speckle of cheese or it falls all on the bottom. We are extra. So extra DJ Horn is it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Okay. Our announcement is... Was that my mom?
It's terrible.
We are casting for a new show that's going to be on HGTV.
That's super cool.
Isn't it awesome?
I am. We're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a fantastic opportunity. It'll be different than the last time. We'll get to work with people this time, which is going to be super fun. Mm-hmm. And so we are looking for you. If you are getting ready to sell a house that needs to be renovated so it can get top of the market, get the best price. And then your next house is the house that you really want to turn into your own. Mm-hmm. You want to make it special for you and your family, or just you. It doesn't even matter. You just want to make it special. Then that is the kind of person we're looking for. That's the kind of people we're looking for. And so
we want to have fun.
Yes,
it is fun. And there are requirements, and you can go to our social media pages.
Yes.
To check out the requirements. We'll even drop a little a link here to the flyer. Yeah, wherever we put it.
Maybe up here.
That's
here.
Not covering our faces.
Right.
Maybe right here in the middle.
In the middle.
And give you guys that info on how you can apply, and just tell us about yourself or your family or whatever your situation is. John and I want to help you, and we want to put Houston, H-Town,
back.
Well, we on the map. Houston is high.
Literally, if you look at a map, we're already there.
We're there.
It says Houston.
Yeah, and we want to have fun in Houston.
Yes,
and we want
to bring Houston with Jon and Mary to the map. And when you look at the map, it says Houston. Then we want a little speck on there that says Jon and Mary.
Just a speck.
A speck. That's all we need. We just need a speck, like a little dust.
Come along with us and be dust. Apparently.
Dust. Yes. So that'll be super fun. So we'll drop those links, and it'll be a lot of fun, man. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, we can't end the podcast without a homework assignment, and so we've really been talking about just how we can regroup. How can we end this year on a high note?
Speaking of homework, before you get to the homework, our daughter's now doing homework.
Wow.
Which
Kindergarten.
means I'm doing homework and you are doing homework.
Yes.
It's a pretty interesting concept, homework, that is. I realized that you actually learn by doing homework.
Yeah.
I've forgotten, she's not doing anything too crazy, but every once in a while they'll bring home some sort of like homework that has a weird picture that we have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know what that. I thought it was a toothpick.
Yeah, and then
it was a bat.
And then we have to go back and forth with Harper on what exactly is it? What are you supposed to be writing here? What is this? And we'd be like, it's a bat. She'd be like, no, it's a pen. It's hay. No, it's a cloud.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I don't know. So
but the homework, the concept of homework really is to hold us all accountable, to do the work. It's like we're learning from all of the sources. We learned even in this podcast today, right? But having homework at the end, which we debated about the first season, was why give homework? But we also do the homework. We don't just give it out. We do it too.
Yeah.
And the point of it is to really go back and have your time to bring it all together and say, okay, this is what I learned, and I'm continuing to learn. It's holding me accountable, and it's done. And you feel good when it's done.
You do feel good.
Like, she feels good when her homework is done.
Oh yeah.
And she on Fridays bring her homework to school, and
completed.
She gets check marks, and it feels good.
It does.
So the homework assignment for this week, we felt like, why don't we all go back, write down what we are most looking forward to in 2021, and then have those things as a jump off.
Jump off. That's a good word.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Boom. He's trying to take my words from
I'm not trying to take the words. No, I think it's really important. This year, even though this year is not over.
It's not over.
You do, one thing that we learned is that, when you're talking about, this is a business thing, but on the business side of it, you start planning for 2021, like right now. Like, this is whenever you start setting your markers and your goals for what you want 2021 to be. And because this quarter is almost over. So it's really important that now is the time you sit down and say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. Who knows what 2021 is going to bring? It could be very much like 2020.
But that's the thing. Like, we have to operate in what's available now.
Yeah.
So if we start preparing for the future, because there are a lot of unknowns, we don't know what's going to happen. And I know that brings a lot of anxiety when you don't know.
Yeah.
But if we take the rules and what's happening right now, and then just say, this is what we're going to do in 2021, is it despite or in spite? Despite our current situation, what can I personally do?
It could be in spite of. It could be in spite also. In spite of or despite. It's either one.
Someone tell us, is it despite or in spite? Because we want to be grammatically correct up in here, okay? So
it's very important.
It's very important because what is reading is fundamental.
Well, so is grammatical. Grammatical English is important also.
English is important.
It's kind of a thing.
But I'm just saying, given our current climate, we have to eliminate everything else and just say, what can I do? What can I personally do in 2021?
You know what's going to happen throughout the course of this podcast?
I'm going to grow. I'm going to get better.
Yes, but I'm going to make a lot of references to Hamilton, okay? I just want y'all to know that.
What if they haven't seen it? There are people out there who have not seen
Can
Hamilton.
that be part of the homework?
What?
Everyone needs to watch Hamilton.
They don't. That's some people know, because some people are waiting for it to come back around on stage. And everybody's not going to pay for Disney Plus. You can't force people to go get a membership.
It's only $5. It's the best $5 you'll ever spend.
I don't think it's $5.
I think it's $5.99 a month. I think it's $5.99.
How about you pay for them to
That I won't do. But what I
there
will
we
say
go.
is
There we go.
I'm gonna make Hamilton references. I'm sorry. It's just gonna be that way. And there's two things that are relevant to this thing about 2021. Number one, in the eye of the hurricane, there is quiet.
You have to sing it. In the eye.
Well, no, because I can't sing.
There is quiet
for just a moment.
Just a moment.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So this year has definitely been hurricane-ish in nature.
Well, we've had a couple of them.
We've had real hurricanes, and we've had, just hurricanes of all kinds of other things.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to find that moment of quiet. And in that moment of quiet, you can find the clarity.
Wow.
That is out there for you in the hurricane, in the storm. Mm-hmm. Right? And so there really is moments, and everyone should take the moments. If they don't have them, they should create the moments of quiet where you can sit and just be like, this storm is raging, but I'm gonna find a way. Like this is where I'm gonna find my moment, right? And then the second thing is that when they reference you can only control yourself whenever
who lives, who dies, who tells your story.
That'll be another one, but no, that's not the one.
He made me sing that for nothing.
That was pretty good though. But the one in
I am not throwing away my shot.
You're not throwing away your shot? Nope,
No.
not that one either.
Oh, he can't get to
it's
it.
whenever I know. I'm losing it. You killed me. Those are great quotes though. But anyways, the one where he says, "I'm the only one who can control what I'm gonna do." Whenever Aaron Burr is singing the song about being in the room, and he says, "I'm gonna be in control of
his narrative."
Yeah, of his narrative, right? And you can only control what you can control.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things are gonna happen around you, but you won't have control over those things. And so you can only control you and what you control.
Right.
And so it's important that, despite all the things that are happening to us, a lot of that is noise. And you just have to be in control of what you can control. Yeah. And so this is the time to start planning for 2021 and take control of what you can and let the rest fall where it may.
Yeah. And so next week, I think that's a great segue into what we're going to talk about next week is how we adapted.
Yes.
How we adapted to this situation, and, we're going to give you guys examples of the tough moments that we experienced during that time. I think you referenced that there are a lot of people out there really struggling as far as being at home with their spouses, being at home with children. And now there are those of you who are not only at home working, but then you're having to do virtual learning and things like that.
All kinds of stuff.
We just want to give you guys a couple of tips, and we keep calling it tips and tricks, and how we were able to adapt, because we are very unique in that we've been working together now for 5 years. Yeah. At home in our office, which is usually messier than this.
Way messier. Good job, Mommy.
Way messier. Okay, thanks.
Good job.
Thanks for that whisper. So come back next week.
Yes.
And tune in for this entire season, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
We're
going to get through this conversation, and then next week we're going to give our tips and tricks on how we are happy, we are surviving, we are in love. You in love?
In love.
Ooh, you in love? And we're going to have a good season.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be great.
Follow us on our social media, Mary, TJP.
At Jean Pierre, TJP on Instagram. And our Harper Rain Homes page, at Harper Rain Homes, with Rain with an E.
Rain with the E.
We out of here, y'all.
Peace out.
It's been fun.
Holla.
Bye.
Yeah. Put it.
What
What does he do on Hamilton? There's a Hercules mulligan up at the say they come again.